Hello and welcome to the Amazing Nerdiverse. I'm Jeff Grantz.
I'm Stephen Tugert.
This is the podcast where we talk about all things corporate events. We help you plan your corporate event. You know, how to best plan it, how to get the best deals on venues and
Business
entertainment.
Cards, brochures.
Yeah.
PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah. If you got to make a speech, you got to know the right things to say when you make fun of the boss, but not make fun of him so much that you get fired.
Right. You want to go racist, but not too racist.
Yeah. We teach you the right kind of racism on this podcast, and that's what it's all about.
A classy amount.
Yeah, the classy amount of racism. No, this is a podcast where we talk about all things good and geeky that make up the Amazing Nerdiverse. Talking movies, TV shows, video games, comic books. We're back. Me and you have not done an episode in a while.
Actual me and you.
Mm-hmm. Like the real life versions of us. But we did we had some stuff going on. The episode we did with Chris. We broke into Krill and Chris Parsons. We broke that into 2 episodes.
Yep.
And then I did an interview with Paul Jenkins last week. So, you know, me and you haven't been together in the same room for a couple weeks now.
I know, it's been really nice.
I was going to say, it's been great.
Beat to it. And that'll about wrap it up for this episode. And
that's about all the time we can stand to spend with each other.
Be another 8 weeks, and then, you know.
Yeah, and then we'll
call it quits.
We'll pass like ships in the night and then move on. No, it's been
1 week.
To rip off Comedy Bang Bang. They do that all the time. But it's been a really crazy couple weeks around here.
Crazy? Why crazy?
Well, I had fun the other day.
Why it was crazy?
Listen. No, let's check this out. Okay, so I was planning on talking about Thor Ragnarok on this episode. I was invited to the press screening. Only one invite. It was press only, so you wouldn't have gotten to go. I was headed there.
Yeah.
When, you know, I got stuck in traffic, and I was stuck in traffic for over an hour, so I was like 20-30 minutes late to the screening.
What time was the movie, and what time did you leave?
Usually it takes us about, I mean, you've ridden with me, usually it takes about 30-45 minutes to get down there. I left around before 5, and it started at 6, so I gave myself plenty of time, but traffic was insane, so I was stuck in traffic for over an hour. Got there by the time I got there, parked, you know, got up to the theater, it was like around 6:30.
Yeah.
So I had missed like the first giant chunk of the movie, so I was hoping, but I knew I was going to be late for it, but I was like, my gut was telling me to go in anyway. And just to see maybe, because usually they start the screenings at 7 instead of 6.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that was a mistake on the email. Maybe they started it late because of traffic. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
But when I got there, I started seeing all these posters of Ric Flair everywhere. And I mean, if you listen to this podcast, you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. So I was like, what's all this about? So I went, found out that they had already started the movie. They're like, no, we didn't wait for you. Because when I got in there, the guy was like, I think it starts at 7. I was like, oh, thank God. And I go over there, like, no, it started at 6. I'm like, oh, yeah, bring me right back down to fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like, bring me down that. But on the other side of the theater, there was a crowd. There was a small crowd gathered. And then people were taking pictures, and I was like, what's going on? I see the Ric Flair posters. I was like, what is happening here? So I go over and to see what's going on. And I go up to the guy closest to me, like they have it roped off, but the guy closest to the back of the ropes. I go up, I was like, excuse me, turns around, I'm like, you're Charles Robinson. And I don't know if you know him by name, but
no.
Charles Robinson is a referee that used to work for WCW. And
it's not that blonde dude, is it?
Yeah, Lil Nate.
I know that blonde dude.
Yeah. So he turned around, I was like, I've been watching you on TV since I was a wee child. And so I talked to him for a minute. I was like, what's going on? He's like, they're doing a ESPN 30 for 30 documentary on Ric Flair, and it was this like the premiere, pretty much the Atlanta premiere. They did one in New York that some people went to. I know like Charlotte Flair was there at that one, but this one was the Atlanta one. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, he was like, Ric's right over there. And like I look, and Ric Flair's over there taking pictures. I was like, holy shit, Ric Flair's right there. And then he's like, yeah, there's other people, takers over here. And I was like, the Undertaker is here. And like he's like, yeah, Dolph Ziggler's showing up, and like a bunch of people, and like I was like, holy shit. So I was like, I'm gonna hang out and see if maybe I can get into this. So I went and
How would you weasel your way in?
Well, spoiler alert, I did. It worked. Like, I went over to the table where they were giving people the wristbands to get in there, and I was like, asking what was going on. I explained, I was like, yeah, I'm pressed. I was here for another thing, but I was late because of traffic, so I was just, figured, see, before I head off, see if there's any way I can get into this, because I'm a huge wrestling fan. And the lady was real nice. She said, we'll wait and see when it starts, and if there's room, we'll let you in. Yeah. Well, I just hung out and talked to Charles Robinson's brother. He was there's me and him were talking for a little bit, because I was like, all right, I can chill and talk to this guy who I don't know anything about. He works at Microsoft, but so I was talking to him for a while, and and then like I could see Undertaker back there. I could see like this Luke Gallows, a guy that wrestles currently. Saw Fit Finlay. And then I was there. Like DDP shows up, and like Kane and Dolph Ziggler and Michael
Kane wearing the mask?
No, not this time. Last time I saw him, he was at Dragon Con. This time he was in a suit. He was Corporate Kane. But Kane. It was fucking awesome. Like, so when it started, the lady let me go in, so I went in and got to talk a little bit to DDP, and I didn't really bother too many people. I did because I talked to DDP for a second, because as I was walking, like when I get into the theater, there's an aisle right down the middle. You can go up or you can go down. I go in there, and I see that there's seats on the other side, the opposite side of the theater. But to get there, I have to walk the aisle, which Undertaker, DDP, and Kane are all standing there, like kind of talking. So I have to go through them, and like just my dumb ass, like, excuse me, guys. Like, these guys are like towering over me. Yeah, I give him an elbow.
Give him an elbow?
Yeah. And so it was insane, like just like all these people I've been watching since I was a kid on TV. And so I go in there, sit down, where they eventually start the movie. When Ric Flair comes in, when he enters the theater, it's just like party atmosphere.
Did they play his music?
What? No, they should have.
It's stupid.
But yeah, you should play that music whenever he enters a room. But he was just like in the hospital. He was hospitalized for a little while. He was in a coma and everything. But you wouldn't have been able to tell. Like he was back to his old self and everything.
How old is he?
Got to be 70, maybe?
No, he's got to be more than that, doesn't he?
I don't know. Let me look.
Got to be. That dude has been old.
Oh, he's 68.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have swore he was like getting real close to 80.
No. You can watch the documentary. It airs on ESPN on the 7th. November 7th. So I recommend it. It was a fantastic documentary.
How long is it? An hour?
It was about an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay.
It'll probably be
like movie length.
Yeah. It was like a feature film. But it was great. But it was really strange being in there. Like, I know we're watching this guy's life, and he's in the room watching it too. And like his family's there, and it was everybody but his daughter Charlotte, who's a wrestler now. She was at the New York screening, but it was just him coming in the room. He was just talking to people, and just it was a party atmosphere when he walks in. He's just talking to people, yelling stuff out. His first wife was there, so he's like, "Take her. This is number one right here," like pointing her out. Afterwards, they did a Q&A.
Sure, she loved that.
Yeah. Afterwards, they did a Q&A. And pretty much all the wrestlers stuck around and listened to it. They stayed for it, which was cool. And then, you're leaving, and I'm going to leave. And
stop that guy.
Yeah, how did he get in here? How do we brain him so that he forgets the last 2 hours of his life? But no, it was just like I was really excited to see Thor, and I didn't get to see it. But instead, I got like this really crazy, once in a lifetime experience. And like I'm walking out, Undertaker's right behind me. Bill Burr was there. Like
really?
I'm walking like right next to him on the way out.
How tall is he?
Bill Burr?
Yeah.
I think I was maybe he's close to around the same height. I don't know if if I was a little bit shorter than he was or but I mean Undertaker, like I don't know, you saw the picture, right?
Yeah.
He's like an entire foot taller than me. Like he was huge. And so on the way out I was standing around like a creep, and like I saw a guy talking to Undertaker, and he looked at me, saw that I was like kind of right nearby. He was like, "Hey, can you take a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like so he was the one that asked first to get a picture with him. So I took the picture for him, and then I asked if I could get one. He said, "Yeah." And then the other guy took the picture.
Like he had heard it all day, but he's trying to still.
Yeah, I mean, he just He's the Undertaker, so like he didn't choke slam me, so I think that was a good. I won in that round. But yeah, like, and then like
He didn't call you any names?
No, he didn't call me monkey ear like Scott Hall did.
4 eyes.
Yeah, but
stupid.
Yeah, and then
ugly boy.
And then I went to the bathroom, came back, and most everyone was gone, and I was like, all right, it's time to leave.
What if when you went to the bathroom, all the wrestlers like came in like as you come out of the stall and they're just staring at you?
Yeah.
And they're like cracking their knuckles like
get him. Just 10 7-foot tall people just beating the shit out of me in one stall. No, but when I came back, as I was coming back,
toilet match.
Ric Flair was finally leaving, so I kind of walked with him on the way out and just said, "Hey, I love the movie and everything," and just got to talk to him for like half a second. Didn't want to bother him to take a picture because they were all leaving. His family was, but I mean, it was crazy, like a crazy once in a lifetime experience, and it was really fucking cool. Like the 10-year-old me would be shitting his pants if he knew, like if he was in that situation. All right.
All right.
Anything else? What's been going on with you?
No.
No?
Not that I can talk about. Well, I don't know. Not yet, I guess.
I mean, there's stuff going on. It's awesome stuff, but you just can't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could say what I'm doing. I couldn't obviously give any details.
Yeah.
It's something really cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're an actor.
Right.
You act, and you've gotten the opportunity
to
do some acting.
Yeah.
And that's about all we can say right now.
Yeah. It'll be a big one.
I mean, there's a couple things.
Yes.
The one thing you might see soon, pretty soon, in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Another thing you might see in the next year or so.
Yeah, next year. But, yeah, I'll be filming a small scene for something.
Yeah.
And
it's cool. It's big news.
Yeah, it's big news. Cool news.
Yeah.
I'm a big kid now.
Yeah.
I'm Hollywood. I'm blowing up.
I'm blowing up. That was my favorite. That was always like, what was that, Vin Diesel? Like, where did we even hear that? Like, someone told a story about someone, it was like friend of a friend of a friend that's on some podcast or, man, I can't even remember what it was.
I could have swore we were talking about something with Atkins. Like, when he first got something, and we were joking that he was going to go, like, Hollywood Hogan.
Oh.
just start, like, saying, like, I'm blowing up.
No, the I'm blowing up thing was real. It was...
Oh, was it?
Vin Diesel, like, when he landed a big role or something, like his first big role, he called up his friend and just left a voicemail, just, I'm blowing up! So that's what I was always referencing.
Huh.
With that. Anyway. Blowing up!
That's me. I'm rich now. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I don't know that because I've seen no evidence of this. Alright, didn't get to see Thor, but I'm really excited. I'll be seeing it this weekend.
Yeah.
Go see it. I'll use my movie pass. I love the movie pass. It's awesome. Is
that a sponsor that we have?
No.
Oh.
But
that'd be
you
sweet.
should use it. Yeah. If they want a sponsor, if they need a sponsor, if they need more people telling them about this, they're going to, I don't know how they're going to stay in business, dude. Honestly, it's Movie Pass. If you don't know, it's a card. It's like a debit card. It's a MasterCard debit card. And you pay $10 a month and you can see a movie a day.
Yeah.
And it's any movie, any 2D movie, so you can't see like 3D or IMAX or any of the crazy formats, but I don't really care for those usually. Opening night, no blackout dates, like whenever you want to, just one movie a day. And I've already used it twice. I saw the first movie that I used it on was Bad Moms Christmas.
Really?
Dude, the first Bad Moms is really funny.
And,
like, I thought the same thing. I was like, I had no interest, but I heard good things, had good reviews, and a lot of people that I liked said it was really funny, and I checked it out, and it is really funny.
Yeah.
So the sequel is not quite as good as the other one, but I enjoyed it. It's still funny.
I think the title kind of bothers me. It's just not very creative.
No, it's not a creative title, but I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah.
They're shitty moms. Like, shitty moms might be a more appropriate title, but...
do you think I should change my whole persona and just be like super positive about every movie so I could be in one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think you should change your persona anyway. Not a fan. You looked really hurt. But yeah, so I saw Bad Moms and Happy Death Day.
Bad Moms? How was it? Was it great?
Yeah, it was great.
Movies.
I don't like this one either. And then tonight I saw Happy Death Day, which is
Happy Death Day. That looks swell.
which is like a horror version of Groundhog's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
What a splendid idea.
I don't like this at all.
What? It doesn't seem genuine?
No. No, because you're not depressed and shitting on everyone. Yeah, so I'm excited to, and I'll be using my third one will be Thor. I'm really really excited to see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should get a movie pass.
Okay.
All right. But you're not invited to go see Thor with us.
Okay, sweet.
In case you were afraid that you might have to interact with
I was
people
a little afraid.
in a social setting.
I'm really glad I don't have to talk to anybody.
When are you gonna see Thor?
No. Of course I'm going to see it. I don't know when.
You don't know when, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll by next episode we'll be able to talk about it, or I'll be able to spoil it, and you'll just have to sit there and cover your ears.
Nah, I'll just wait in the car.
Okay. Can the car be at your house?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, let's jump on into the news from the Nerdiverse. From the Nerdiverse. THR broke the news this past week that they have found, DC has found their Shazam. Mm-hmm. Zachary Levi from Chuck, and he was in Chuck, a show I liked. I liked Chuck. It was like 5 seasons on NBC, I think. Mm-hmm. It was a fun show. I liked him in that, and then he was one of the Warriors 3 in the second and third Thor movies in the Dark World, and he's in Ragnarok. Yeah, his name was Fandral, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know their names that much, but the Warriors 3. It's like Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. Okay. He wasn't in the first one, but he was in he replaced the guy. I
noticed that that
Dark
dude
World.
Looked a little different.
Yeah, because it was a different dude.
But why? Do you know why they swapped him out?
I don't. I think at the time
probably?
I probably heard something about it, and I didn't know the guy. I think his name was Josh Dallas. I didn't really know the guy at the time, and then when they replaced him for the Dark World, I knew Zachary Levi at that point because I liked Chuck. But so like he's been cast as Shazam, Zachary Levi, which I like him as an actor. I think he fits kind of the tone, like the Billy Batson kind of.
Is he playing the Billy Batson?
I think he's playing Shazam. Like he's working out for it. Like he's been posting pictures and like that's the only thing. Like
Shirtless
he needs
pictures?
to get no, but like not yet.
Whatever.
He's got to work his way up to the shirtless
not
pictures.
Interested anymore then.
But like I think he's somebody that like I just like the idea of because he's a huge geek. Like he has a huge presence at Comic-Con and he hosted a show called like Geeks Who Drink on like was it on like Sci-Fi or something. It was a fun show. It was just like a drinking like game show type thing and it had celebrities on it from the geek world, whatever. I don't know. I've always liked him, so like I'm happy for him like to be in this.
He's gonna just get it from everyone for a while. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how Ben Affleck was kind of
Then Ben Affleck got swole. So that's all he's got to do is get swole.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is get all you got to do is get swole.
Yeah. It's as easy as that. You have to decide, hey, I want to be swole.
You have to. How much do you think Hugh Jackman is enjoying not having to just?
He's eating all kinds of bullshit these days.
I got to imagine he's like.
Yeah, sure. I'll be P.T. Barnum, and do I need to work out like for 3 years beforehand? No. All right, good.
Sweet.
Zachary Levi is gonna have to put on some muscle, a heavy amount of muscle, a John Cena amount of muscle.
God, that's a lot, though.
Yeah,
like a John Cena amount.
It doesn't have to be a John Cena amount. You could do like a Henry Cavill amount.
Like we were watching Divas, that show.
Total Divas.
Total Divas.
Yeah,
and that's where I see John Cena the most.
You watch that?
What?
Total Divas?
I don't.
Carla does?
Yeah.
She's not a wrestling fan, though, is she?
No, she likes the drama.
Okay. I watched that for a little while because I was a wrestling fan, and it was just dumb to see. Like, for me, I thought it was hilarious to see, like, one of those type of reality shows.
Yeah.
With, like, all, like, the best extras ever in one of those shows. Because, like, you'd see, like, a wrestler go by in the background, or, like, a lot of them are dating or married to other wrestlers and stuff. So, like, people like John Cena or Daniel Bryan will be, like,
they were doing
like
this
a character
one thing where it was, like, quote unquote, behind the scenes of, like, the what do you call it? Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah.
John Cena comes out wearing like a tux.
Yeah.
He just looks. He looks weird when he's not in like his jorts and like
Yeah.
a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of muscle to be just packed into a suit.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Shazam. Of course, David F. Sandberg is directing. He directed Annabelle Creation. And one of the stars of that movie, Grace Fulton, is also going to be joining the cast of Shazam. And Mark Strong is in talks to play the villain.
Billy Batson.
I wish. Dr. Savani is the villain's name, is a character from the 40s in the comics.
It's odd to me that, I mean, I'm sure they have a reason, but it's odd to me that they would
not do Black Adam?
Because for a general audience, like, I know nothing of Shazam other than, like, Shazam, and I know Black Adam is, like, his Joker.
Yeah.
So, to me, people that have just no idea who Shazam is, they're not even going to start with that. Well, you know what I mean?
Even if they don't know Shazam or Black Adam, they know The Rock.
Yeah.
And The Rock's playing Black Adam, and it just is insane to me that they wouldn't lead off with that.
There's got to be a reason, right?
The reason is The Rock, they want to do a solo movie of The Rock where he's the star. There's the only reason there can be.
To me, I guess it would be like doing a Sinestro movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I guess could be interesting. Like seeing how he gets to...
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, I am not... They just hired a writer for the Black Adam movie. That's another news story item we got here. The tracking board revealed that... oh, God, here's a name. Adam Stikiel? I don't know. It's one of those names. He did Undateable, the TV show that was Ron Funches was in and Chris D'Elia. He did Due Date, which I liked. And then he did Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Who's doing the Black Adam movie.
I hope I get to... No, you know what, though? For real, I really would love to be in a Chipmunks movie.
Yeah?
Give me some of that Chipmunks money.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
If I was an actor, I'd be in whatever the fuck. David Cross, I respect that guy a lot, and he's in those movies, and he's like, yeah, I'll make money. Sure. Moving on, we just talked about one DC movie centering around a villain
Back
to another.
To Shazam for 1 second.
Okay.
Do you know, is there any more details on the movie? Like, is there going to be, are they going to Captain America him, or is there going to be, a little kid playing Billy Batson?
I hope they do a little kid thing, because I want to see that point of view. I want to see what it's like for a little kid growing up in a world where there are heroes like Superman and Batman and the Justice League. Yeah. I think that's interesting. That's a part of the world that I like to see explored. I always like that stuff in comics, seeing an outsider's point of view of that world, of the heroes and stuff, and these gods. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing with DC Comics. It feels like people are living in a world with these living gods, and stuff. And I always liked that take on it and everything. So yeah, I hope Billy Batson is a kid. Okay. There was some speculation about whether maybe Zachary Levi was playing a grown-up version of Billy Batson. That'd be fine. Which would have worked, yeah. But I think he is playing Shazam. He did say, he pretty much confirmed it. He said some stuff he's honored to play the original Captain Marvel, and then some people on the internet lost their shit. It's he's throwing shade at Marvel, and everything's and then James Gunn, who works for Marvel, was like, no, you idiots. Shazam is the original Captain Marvel. That was the name since the 40s. People just like to get mad at people for dumb shit.
I agree.
Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?
Damn, I was trying real hard to think of something I could be upset about.
Yeah. All right. So continuing the Warner Brothers trend of making movies about villains.
I think I heard something about this. There's a ton, right?
This one right here, I'm interested in more than most.
Let me try to guess. Deathstroke?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Raps, Humberto Gonzalez, he broke the scoop from that Gareth Evans, not Edwards.
Who dat?
Gareth Edwards did Rogue One. Gareth Evans did The Raid and The Raid 2, which incredible action movies. So he's in early talks to develop a Deathstroke solo film starring Joe Manganiello, who was originally said to be the villain of the Batman back when Ben Affleck was directing it, and then Matt Reeves came on board and they threw that script out and they're restarting. So we're not entirely sure if Deathstroke is going to be a part of this one. Now, Deathstroke was also rumored to be in Suicide Squad. Like the rumors of, and even at that time they were talking about Joe Manganiello playing him. So he's been like linked to the DCEU for a while now, and now they're talking about doing a solo movie. Gareth Evans first teased his involvement like a couple days before the news actually broke on Instagram. He like posted a picture of the New 52 Deathstroke like box set that comes with the mask. He said, so basically what they're saying is he pitched the film to Warner Brothers. They weren't planning on making a Deathstroke, but he pitched it to them, and they were just so impressed with his pitch, and because they love villains so much, so they decided to move forward with the project. That sounds like he's going to write it and direct it and everything. Evans also put out a video called, the video is just on YouTube, it's called Previs Action, and it's showing what he can do with like directing sword fighting. Which he is an incredible action director. And a character like Deathstroke in his hands, I'm like, I am sold. Like, I cannot wait to see what he does with that, because I think it's going to be fantastic.
Who would he fight? Is he supposed to be like a sympathetic type?
He is. He's like an anti-hero. Like, he's a merc. He's a gun for hire. Yeah, he does. He's got one eye, too. And he's got as many mouths as he does eyes. But yeah, like, I don't know. I could see that. Like, it just, in that world, yeah. Like, other characters, I like to see them as the villain of a movie. Deathstroke is cool, but as a villain in a Batman movie, I was kind of not feeling that as much. I like the idea of seeing him in live action because he's a great character. I mean, as we saw on Arrow, in the TV world, he was like the best villain they've done. Yeah. On Arrow.
And like, good voice. Yeah, the dude who plays him.
Yeah, and he's always a great villain. He was a great villain on the Teen Titans show, like the animated show. Ron Perlman did the voice of him.
Oh, he did? Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, that does make sense.
They just called him Slade. They couldn't call him Deathstroke because that's too scary for kids. But I don't know, it's dumb. But yeah, Deathstroke is a fantastic villain, and just I like to see. I'll take all the Deathstroke I can get.
Okay.
So like, and then there were like in New 52 and in Rebirth, I think they did some like solo Deathstroke series and stuff like that. He's one of those characters that have kind of broken out of just, had his own solo runs.
So what is it about that character that is a little bit more appealing to you rather than a solo Joker movie?
Because honestly, Joker's just kind of been done to death.
Yeah.
And Joker needs Batman for me. From my opinion, I need to see that relationship. And I haven't really gelled with this version of the Joker yet because we haven't really seen that relationship.
It might be interesting to see the movie from Joker's perspective. Like, you never see, like, Bruce Wayne, like, in the Batcave.
If Batman was in the Joker movie, I'd be in. Like,
if you only see him, though, like, showing up when Joker's, like, doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but you never see him, like, Bruce Wayne in the Batcave, like, figuring stuff out, like, talking out. Like, you never see any of that.
Yeah.
You just see him show up. I would like that.
Me too.
That'd be fun.
That's what I was hoping that we'd get to see a little more of in Suicide Squad, which we kind of did see a little bit of that. We saw Batman from their point of view in that movie, but I just want to see that a little more.
Yeah.
Got a couple more DC stories real quick. Variety reporter Justin Kroll was on Meet the Movie Press podcast. He talked about Warner Brothers is waiting to see the response to the Justice League before moving forward with Flashpoint, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because really, Justice League is the thing. If people love Justice League, then because there was a little bit of a stumble. I mean, Man of Steel was a little divisive between fans, but I think overall, it was a win. And Batman versus Superman also divisive. There are people that love it. There are people that hate it. I still say I like it. There's a lot to love in that movie. There are certain parts that I have problems with, but overall, they got most of the characters mostly right and stuff. And honestly, to me, there's nothing that's really that's impossible to adjust and like kind of course correct.
Okay.
I think they can course correct most of the problems that I did have with that movie.
I would say I would put Wonder Woman as my top.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then
Man of Steel right beneath that.
yeah,
Batman v Superman, and then is there anything else besides Suicide Squad? I can't.
no,
No.
There's only 4, and then Justice League is number 5.
Gotcha.
Which, if you look at Marvel, Avengers is number 6. So they're really only one film behind.
That's true.
At that point, but they did kind of start in a weird way within their second movie, throwing all the characters in together. But anyway,
Flashpoint
it is what it is.
Be
It's
like
in the past.
their Captain America 3, where it's like focused on one character, but like everybody else kind of shows up.
I think, yeah,
that'd be kind of like the.
Honestly, Flashpoint could be Justice League 2. Like,
yeah,
you do a movie with all the Justice League members, but
it
Flash
all
is
their
the main.
stuff. Yeah,
yeah. Like if they do the story right, it involves all of the Justice League characters, and it would be a really cool way to do it.
That they don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's smart that they're waiting to see the reaction to Justice League before figuring out what they need to fix in Flashpoint.
Danny DeVito is Lex Luthor.
I thought you were about to say what I was about to say, which is Danny Elfman is doing the music for Justice League.
Okay.
And he confirmed the return of Batman's theme
Get out of here.
in the movie. Yeah, he also teased a little bit about, Hans Zimmer did the music for Batman vs. Superman and that, and Man of Steel. And so he kind of created the Superman and Wonder Woman themes for this stuff. And he did he did the music for, he also did the music for the Dark Knight trilogy and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So Danny Elfman's coming on board to do the music. And he was basically talking about that. He said, Batman has never really had a theme. Other than his, he said Zimmer did some great stuff with the music and stuff, but he didn't really have a theme. He's like, there's only one Batman theme.
That's kind of. I like the Nolan theme.
I don't think it felt like a theme. I like the music. It worked for those movies, but there's only. I mean, I agree. There's only one Batman theme.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not.
And he said he's gonna be in this.
Good.
And I am so excited to see what that's like.
Like he's got to update it then.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a new kind of take on that classic theme.
Yeah.
And I think he also talked about maybe doing some similar things with John Williams' Superman theme. And having those two themes in there.
Dude, if you do the John Williams theme with this Superman, that'll turn everything around.
Yeah.
Because that's what it needs. It needs that
iconic kind of dude. That's all they needed to do.
That's when he comes back. They play that. Like you just see the boots or a flap of the cape off to the side.
I'm gonna start crying now.
Right? You just because it's that slow build. You see the red boots and shit.
Yeah. So here's what he said. Here's the quote that I found. He said, it's there from the beginning.
And Green Lantern shows up.
Yeah. Hans has done something wonderful, driven with rhythm and so on, but there's only been one theme, and it is the Batman theme. Yes, I used the theme that Hans composed for Wonder Woman, that theme is awesome.
Yeah.
The only other theme she had before that was the old TV version. Which would be kind of interesting to find a way to...
It'd be fun to throw it in at some point somewhere.
I think they talked about that in the first movie. They couldn't really find a place for it.
They should definitely do it for the second one, just somewhere.
Yeah. Just
for everyone to be hey, there it is.
Yeah.
It's her ringtone or something somewhere down the line.
So he said... Wonder Woman! So, sorry, I have to get that.
Hey, Batman, what's going on?
So he said, yes, I used the theme that Hans composed for Wonder Woman, the one that he wrote originally and used a bit. Maybe from John Williams to Superman, just maybe we'll have to see it. If they bring in, he's confirmed that the Batman theme's back.
Good.
Wonder Woman theme, you have to have it, because that's this version's established version. Hans Zimmer, I like the stuff he did for Man of Steel a lot.
Yeah.
The music he did for that is great, but that iconic theme, if they found a way to work that in, oh my god, that's gonna be so good.
Because it's like you do a Simpsons movie, but you don't use the Simpsons theme song. You try to make a new one.
Also by Danny Elfman.
Yeah, it's you try to make a new one, which is I don't know why you're trying.
Yeah.
Just do this. Do the thing, everyone.
Do the thing.
Just do it.
I wonder, I was no, they wouldn't do this, but if they found a way of working the Justice League animated thing in there.
That's a good song.
The wow, no, 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 no. Yeah. We're doing the exact same thing that Ray Fisher. There was a tweet or something with Ray Fisher was humming the Justice League theme during some like event. Did you see that Justice League Curb Your Enthusiasm promo?
No.
Oh, it's so great. It was just talking. It's just like clips from Justice League, and then it shows like the one hero can blah blah blah, and then it just is the bat signal. But they turn it on. Like Commissioner Gordon turns it on, and it's just Larry David's face up in the sky, and he's sitting there. He's sitting there in bed, and he's like looking out the window. And he's like, nah. Like they call it, and he's like, I'm not coming. Shut it off. It was great. Just want to bring that up real quick. Titans. They found their Beast Boy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it me?
No, it's not.
So it'll be good.
Yeah. And I actually like this casting. Is 22-year-old Ryan Potter, who...
Unknown?
Well, no. He's the voice of Hero in Big Hero 6.
Okay.
He actually, last year, he expressed interest in playing Tim Drake. He made, like, this, like, video of him fighting and stuff, and, like, doing, like, a Tim Drake style, like, Robin, like, fight scene thing. He wasn't in costume or anything, but he was just fighting with the staff and stuff. And he shot it and ended it as, like, saying, hey, Ben Affleck, every Batman needs a Robin kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but he's going to be playing Beast Boy, which I like, which is now, like, all of the Teen Titans are, like, in their 20s except for Raven, who's, like, really, she's still, like, what, 13? I don't know why she has to be so young.
It's going to be an expensive character.
Raven?
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy, yeah. Yeah.
Unless they figured out a way to do it that's, I don't know.
I mean, they kind of are doing something similar with Vixen.
What
on
if, though,
Legends?
like, he doesn't, well, that kind of takes away from
But he
character.
actually turns into a physical thing as opposed to, like, a kind of...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he just has the ability of whatever. But
Yeah.
He doesn't shapeshift. But that's kind of the
That's what
fun
Vixen
of it
is, yeah.
Yeah.
He may not shapeshift as much as he does on, like, the animated stuff or whatever.
Like
where
every 2 seconds for
he
a
just
joke.
changes into an animal for a joke, yeah.
You get one animal per episode, bro.
If you choose wrong, you're a dolphin the whole episode. Yeah, I like it. I did see that the girl who plays Enid on The Walking Dead says she would really like to play Raven, and I wish they would have cast her because she'd be closer in age to the rest of them. This is cool. Logan director James Mangold was doing an interview with THR, and he revealed that a script is in the works right now for a X-23 spinoff starring Daphne Keane. X-23 creator Craig Kyle, like in the comic books, Craig Kyle created her, and he's also reportedly involved. I want to see this because I think she was fantastic in Logan.
Yeah, she did a great job.
And I don't know when it will be set, but they're doing a lot of stuff now in the X-Men universe and a lot of interesting stuff. Like all of the main team X-Men stuff is set in the past now because they're still trying to catch up after going all the way back to the 60s in First Class, and they're jumping forward decade by decade, but there's still stuff like New Mutants and Deadpool and all this stuff that they're doing that's also taking place, and it seems like that stuff is all taking place in present day. Did we talk about the New Mutants trailer?
I don't think we talked about New Mutants.
Oh, it's not on my notes, but
What's the difference between that one and Gifted?
New Mutants is the actual characters from the comics that were called the New Mutants.
Okay.
Like, they did X-Men for, since the beginning of the 60s. And then around 70s, they did the new version of X-Men when they brought in Wolverine and Nightcrawler and Storm and all them. Colossus. And then in the late 80s, they did a new series called New Mutants that was these characters like Magic and Wolfsbane and Cannonball and all of them. So it's those characters, like the characters from that title. Gifted is not necessarily based on a particular team from the comics, but it's just like random, like pieced together, like, they just picked up some, like, oh, no one's using this character or this character right now, and honestly it works. Like, I really like the show. Like, I've watched, I don't think I've seen the last couple episodes, but the first 3 I'm really liking what I'm seeing of Gifted so far. And while we're talking about Marvel TV shows, New Warriors is the Squirrel Girl show, pretty much. It's looking for a new home. It was going to be going on a Freeform, but for some reason, Freeform decided they didn't have room in their schedule for it. So Marvel's now going to be shopping it around to find a new home for it, which is weird. It's supposed to be testing really well. the pilot, so it shouldn't be hard for them to find a home. But it's just really weird why, like, Freeform has decided they didn't have room for that. I mean, Freeform is also doing Cloak and Dagger. Mm-hmm. So I guess, like, if you look at it that way, like, they'd have to choose between New Warriors and Cloak and Dagger, and I guess maybe Cloak and Dagger fits the Freeform kind of ABC Family.
I don't know why they changed that title.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, ABC Family just, to me, sounds like a...
Well, yeah, but
like,
also...
I get it.
It's not really family, it's more like young adult.
Well, it could have been.
Yeah.
But...
They kind of geared, in the last, like, 10 years or so, they kind of geared more towards, like, a young adult. They just started putting, like, shows with kids with no belly button and stuff like that on there. and
I wonder if anyone else that would listen to this knows what that is.
Somebody will.
I don't want to say what it is, but...
Yeah. I remember we were always, like... For me,
I gave that movie, that show a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
But just based on the fact that Homeboy didn't have a belly button, I was like, who?
And it took me longer than it should have to realize that, oh, he doesn't have a belly button because he wasn't born.
Yeah, but I was like, who gives a shit? Does he do anything?
I think he had, like, powers. It's
what
probably...
what kind of powers?
I don't know. It was probably something Smallville-like.
No.
Oh, because he's not Superman?
Does he have super strength? Super speed?
Something? I don't know. I never watched it either, dude.
Just didn't have a
I
belly
know
button.
just as much as you do. I know he doesn't have a belly button. I like how we still haven't said what show we're talking about.
I don't want to.
Yeah. But anyway, The Runaways is on Hulu. So maybe they'll put New Warriors on Hulu. Mm-hmm. Because I think that would be a good place for it. New Warriors is more comedy oriented, where Cloak and Dagger is like a teen, so it kind of fits the Freeform model more.
Like a Boy Meets World.
I guess. I mean, it's more like, it's probably closer to
Girl Meets World.
Yeah. No, that's more young adult, like younger teen stuff, like tweens and stuff. This is more like, that like late teens kind of vibe,
Early
the
20s.
Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah, I guess it's like the young adult thing, but I don't know.
Where they put a bunch of 20-year-olds in high school.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope they find a home for it. I'm really excited. I think New Warrior is going to be cool. Mm-hmm. I really like the idea, and I like the casting of Squirrel Girl. I don't have it written in front of me. She has a very hard to pronounce name, but it's the AT&T girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's great casting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
God, she's making a lot of money then, isn't she?
Yeah.
God damn. Give me some of that AT&T
She's
money.
also on This Is Us. So she's got another
really?
TV show. Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't watched that. I hear it's one of those kind of shows that you cry every episode.
I mean, I watched some of it. I didn't cry.
It's because they weren't wearing superhero costumes.
I'm not kidding. Yes.
It's like, if they just, is Mandy Moore on that show?
Yeah, she's the mom.
I never watched it, but I was like, I think it was Mandy Moore. Yeah, but it's just like, if they just put a superhero costume on Mandy Moore, that's all you need.
Because like Carla was watching it, and I was like watching it with her a little bit, and like she'll do this thing where like she kind of knows when I'm about to like go,
yeah,
like in things. So she looked over me and she's like, nothing. I was like, they're not wearing. Nobody's.
There's something broken inside of you. All right. Vince D'Onofrio will return for season 3 of Daredevil.
Good.
As Kingpin / Wilson Fisk. This is according to Deadline. We don't know for how many episodes, whatever. But just, I mean, because last season he appeared briefly, had a couple of. I think he maybe was in 2 or 3 episodes. I think he was like a cameo at the end of one, and then he played a role throughout the next episode. With Punisher in jail and stuff, and then you had that great scene where Matt Murdock came to visit him. He's great. I want to see him come back.
Yeah, he's really good.
So it's confirmation that he'll at least be back for some portion of season 3.
He'd be great for just like a villain to have in the mix.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they have to do the Born Again stuff eventually. Like, it's just such a great storyline from the comics. This guy plays a lot of villains. And he's going to again. Rogue One star Ben Mendelsohn, who was Krennic in Rogue One.
Oh, that dude. Okay.
Yeah, and
that's the same dude that was smart enough to Bane, right?
Bane.
Am I not thinking of the right one?
What do you mean, Bane?
Yeah,
Batman.
Dark Knight Rises, when he's like, and you think this gives you power over me? Do you remember that guy? Is that not that?
In the airplane scene?
No. There's like a... You'll know it if you saw it. Homeboy's just like shouting at Bane, basically, kind of smarting off to him. And he's... Oh, do you think this gives you power over me?
Dude, it's been a long time since I've seen The Dark Knight Rises.
So you think you're in charge? I'll break you. I'll kill you.
Holy shit, he was in that movie.
I told you. You didn't believe me.
No.
Now I must break you.
I didn't believe you. Thought you were full of shit like always. His name was Daggett? I honestly did not remember him being in that movie, but like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
I'll kill you. When you know all my IMDb credits, you'll have my permission to die.
Yeah.
Bitch.
He was in, bitch. He was in that, yeah. Cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, he was kind of the same type of dude there, too. Kind of smarting off.
Yeah.
Smarting off to, like, someone he had no business smarting off to.
Yeah.
Darth Vader. Bane. Who's it this time?
Captain Marvel, looks like. Yeah.
He's that dude.
He's in talks to play the villain in Marvel's Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the original Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Uh-huh.
Throw...
Is he gonna smart off to the Nick Fury or something? Get smacked around?
But, cool. I mean, the villains are the Skrulls in that, so is he gonna play a Skrull?
Here's what I'm wondering. Are they gonna... Oh, God. Are they gonna replace any of... Like, are they gonna tell us now any of the main characters we know, they've been Skrulls this whole time?
I mean, we still don't know for sure what Avengers 4 is going to be called. And the only thing I can think of, the reason that they haven't told us what it's going to be called, is because it's the title is a spoiler, or the title is something from a comic book storyline that will lead us to believe what the story is going to be.
Uh-huh.
And it might spoil Avengers 3. But, like... I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out when Avengers 3 comes out what the new one's going to be.
Probably.
Because it's only a year after that 4 is coming out. And
I don't
in between that, Captain Marvel.
But like you've seen the Black Panther trailer, right?
Yeah.
Or is that on your list that we're going to talk about it?
No, we already talked about the Black Panther trailer.
No, like the new one.
The new one?
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Look up Black Panther trailer.
I saw...
Like a few days ago it came out.
I saw... Is it a full trailer or?
Yeah, like a full trailer. Like he's like
I've seen it. I
really don't.
It wasn't in my notes. I didn't make my notes until like the other day. So
I don't think we've talked about this trailer.
Probably not. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since we have done an episode together. So, oh, this wasn't just the other day. This was like on the 16th.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Well, we still haven't done an episode since then.
No, we haven't, but it's been a couple weeks. I was like, did I miss something? Because you said it was just the other day, and I was like...
But you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
Crazy bullshit he's doing.
See Killmonger turning into, like, have his own
got, like,
kind of costume.
Suit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that I'm excited for that.
Because that kind of story is something I like. Other people might not like it, but it's like it's the same thing as like the Speed Force cloud that gives everyone super speed. And it's like what makes Barry Allen special
when other people have his same powers or abilities.
So to me, this is kind of that same thing. What makes...
And you also like villains where they're kind of like the evil version.
Yeah, I do.
The evil doppelganger, like Reverse Flash, like...
Because this is like what makes him Black Panther.
Yeah.
It's like, why is he special? They're going to show me.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Isn't he's T'Challa, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Is that his first name or...
That's his only name, I think.
They don't have like a first and last name?
I don't think so.
In Wakanda?
I guess not. It's like an African kind of name.
Huh. Kind of like Kal-El?
I don't know how it works.
Just
I guess.
all together there?
Well, L is the last name, because Jor-El.
That's true.
Yeah.
And T'Chaka is his dad.
Kara is
Superman's dad.
What? Yeah. T'Chaka is Superman's dad. All right. But yeah. I mean, I'm all in for Black Panther. I don't need to see more. Like, I'm in. Mm-hmm. Like, I just can't wait for that movie.
Yeah, looks really good.
Like, I went to the movies tonight. It's Thursday night. I could have seen Thor tonight.
Yeah.
It showed a lot of restraint that I didn't. And waited for my friends.
You don't have to. Do whatever you want.
I know. I should go right now.
Quit being a little bitch.
I am being a bitch. So today, they announced the full cast of Lion King, which is a lot of names we knew already. But there were a couple of things in there that I did want to talk about.
James Earl Jones is Mufasa.
The end.
I mean, there's no getting like that is the voice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like an interesting choice to like have him be the only dude they bring back. Do you know what I mean?
He's the only one they had to bring back.
I mean, that's the voice, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Unless they go like Luis Guzman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Do it upright. All right. So we already know James Earl Jones is back as Mufasa. Donald Glover's adult Simba.
That's a good one.
Beyonce has been confirmed for adult Nala.
That seems like they're just getting the name. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what they do for a lot of voice actors.
Yeah, Beyonce just seems unnecessary to me. It just seems like they're like trying to get that audience, and like that's all that is.
Well, but that audience is a lot of people.
That's
I don't
true.
really. I honestly, I can't really say I don't really listen to that music. I don't really listen to music much.
I don't really listen to music all that much.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to the same like 5 bands.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in the '90s a little bit.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, like I mean, for me, it's like,
90s-ish.
yeah, I have like 5 bands I like.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're weird ones. Like it's like Metallica, Outkast, Cake, Foo Fighters.
Oh, I love Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
If
Just
I'm
like about a handful.
Yeah.
Of bands.
Blink-182 I loved for like a long time, but then they kind of broke up and it made it kind of like, ugh, come on guys.
Made it hard to listen to.
Stop fighting.
Bring up those emotions. Okay, so here's the whole cast. I finally got it to load. Donald Glover is Simba. Beyonce is Nala. James Earl Jones is Mufasa. Chiwetel Ejiofor is Scar. Great casting.
Great.
Alfred Woodard is Sarabi, which is Simba's mother. John Oliver is Zazu. That's great
Perfect.
casting. John Connie is Rafiki. John Connie is we were just talking about Black Panther. Is Black Panther's father.
Okay.
T'Chaka and T'Chaka and T'Challa.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Civil War, he played him. Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa. I love that casting. Like, I'm so excited for
that. It just
Billy
makes sense.
Eichner as Timon. It's just it's so genius to me. And here's the new people.
Is Seth Rogen going to do that laugh for Pumbaa?
He has to. Now here they have the young voice actors for young Simba and young Nala, who I don't know them. J.D. McCrary and Shahadi Wright Joseph, I believe, is the name of the young Nala. And then the only characters that they had left to cast pretty much is the hyenas.
Oh yeah.
Which are gonna be
Luis Guzman.
No.
Damn.
That'd have been good. The one I don't know is Florence Kasumba as Shinzi, which is the one that Whoopi Goldberg played.
Okay.
Then the other two, Azizi
Would I know them?
and Kamari. You
I
know them.
almost thought you were about to say Aziz Ansari.
No.
And Kumail Nanjiani.
That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Azizi and Kamari are the two other names of the hyenas, and those are Eric Andre and Keegan Michael Key.
Okay.
So I mean, I like them. I mean, they don't.
I like the way Keegan Michael Key dresses. I think he's got a good fashion.
The way
sense.
he dresses.
Yeah, he's got a good fashion sense. I
just like his voice.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah,
he does.
All right. Okay, so that was the Lion King cast. Last couple stories. Let's just talk about some Star Wars real quick. The title for the Han Solo movie has finally been revealed officially. It is Solo, a Star Wars story.
I get it.
Which, yeah, I figured. Like, we knew that, like, a Star Wars story is going to be on all of them now. All of the anthology films. That's how they separate it from the movies, because the saga movies don't have they don't have the episode number in them anymore. It used to be Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Like, they took that out. Now it's just Star Wars, The Force Awakens, or Star Wars, The Last Jedi. If they did that for the anthology movies, it would be just like Star Wars Rogue One, which is what I wish they would have called it.
The next one's going to be Star Wars, cash for credit.
Yeah, pretty much. And just like credit. Firstborn child. So yeah, it's Solo, a Star Wars story.
Okay.
I don't know why so many people on the internet lost their shit about it. Like, so many people were like, that's such a shitty title. Whatever. It's like, what can you really
want it
do?
To be?
Yeah.
I mean,
don't know.
either call it Han Solo
Or Solo.
Solo's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. What's the matter with it?
It's also a Solo movie, so
kinda cute. I like that.
It's kind of cute. Yeah.
It's like, all right, I get it.
So yeah, Ron Howard officially announced the title. He also officially, announced the end of shooting. They finished production. It was about close to 4 months of production since he came on. He replaced Phil Lord and Chris Miller. He was supposed to be doing the rest of the. I think he was supposed to be doing the remainder of there was 4 or 5 weeks of shooting left, and then he had 8 weeks of reshoots, and so I think they just lumped that all together when he started.
Reshoots if they shot completely new stuff as well.
I mean, I think the rumor is that I heard that's 80% of the movie is now Ron Howard's stuff.
Wow,
which is a lot. Lucasfilm was not happy with what Lord Miller were doing.
It sounds like what they did to Superman 2.
Yeah. They brought a different guy in and changed what Donner was doing.
I wonder if one day we'll get all that footage of whatever it is they shot, just to see what is it you guys didn't like so much.
Yeah, well, isn't that what the Donner cut was?
Yes, some of it had screen tests.
Yeah, because it was stuff that they hadn't shot.
Oh no, I meant this about the Solo movie.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I meant.
Gotcha. I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
So you want to see the Lord Miller cut?
I wonder if one day we'll. Probably not for a while.
Probably
right?
not. I mean, we can't. They can't even do they won't even do the Blu-ray release of the original unfucked versions of Star Wars. Do
you remember
non-special edition?
There's a different dude that was Marty McFly. And there's, little pieces of
Yeah.
I just want to see it. I want to see.
Yeah. See what I always want to see what those things are like. Yeah.
Because apparently he was playing it more serious.
Yeah.
And he wasn't nailing any of the jokes.
I wouldn't want to see a whole version of that movie, but I would like to see some footage of what that would have been like.
And I listened to a podcast of what's played Biff?
Oh yeah. Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson. Anyway, he was on the Nerdist. He was talking about doing the scene in the cafeteria where Marty
It was Eric Stoltz was the original.
That's him.
Yeah.
Where he kind of pushes it, he sees Biff kind of hitting on his mom.
Yeah.
And he stands up to him a bit and he kind of shoves him. He shoves Biff. And Eric Stoltz was apparently pushing him really hard.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you do that again, I'm going to crush you. Because he's hitting him in the collarbone. He's like, you're going to break my collarbone and then I'm going to break your neck.
Yeah.
He's like, stop it. I was like, whoa.
Stop it, butthead. Whatever you
Butthead.
One last thing with Solo real quick.
Get out of here.
This is really cool news. Ron Howard on Twitter again. He's been tweeting a lot about the Star Wars about Solo, but he also confirmed that Tag and Bink, who are 2 characters from the expanded universe that are no longer canon anymore. I don't even think they were canon at the time, because I've been reading the stories that they appeared in. They were created by a writer named Kevin Rubio, who, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the thing called Troops, where it was kind of a parody of Cops, but it was stormtroopers?
I remember that.
This was early days of the internet. It was a parody kind of thing. It was a viral video kind of thing. He did that, and then he wrote some comics for Dark Horse back when Dark Horse did the Star Wars comics. Mm-hmm. And he created these 2 characters called Tag and Bink, who are these 2 fuck-ups, basically, that are in the Star Wars universe, and they just kind of bum around, and they're always, just fucking up, and all,
And they're stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at certain parts. I'm actually reading some of the stuff now. It's just funny. It's silly as shit. They start off as rebel soldiers on the Tantive 4, the ship that Princess Leia's on at the beginning of A New Hope, and then the stormtroopers and Darth Vader show up, and they try to hide, so they steal some stormtrooper uniform and put them on, and then they end up going back to the Death Star, and they're just bumming around, and there's a big boy in the Death Star. It's just really, really silly shit. But they just kind of fail their way through the Star Wars universe, and they're involved in a lot of these different things, like in that was Empire, right? Where they go to Cloud City, they go to Bespin, and a door opens and C-3PO's who is that? And he looks in and someone shoots him. And this comic, it was Tag and Bink. And like just little things like that. Like they were just involved throughout the universe. Or like they're the two guards that are standing there talking when Obi-Wan sneaks around and shuts off that thing. And stuff like that. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Like I'm liking the comics. They're real silly and everything, but it's cool seeing those. And then so basically Ron Howard tweeted an image of him with two Imperial, guys in Imperial uniforms, and it said Tag and Bink ? So, and the two actors were John Kasdan, who is the son of Lawrence Kasdan, who they wrote Solo together, and Toby Hefferman, I think is the guy's name. I think he's like an AD or something like that on the movie. But yeah, it's a cool little thing. It's like it might make those characters canon. But yeah, I like that. And the comics like $5 on Comixology for the whole like trade, which is all of the stories he wrote of those characters. They're fun. I definitely suggest checking them out.
I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I know you don't, but there's pictures, so you can work your way through it, figure it out. Last couple things: Star Wars: The Last Jedi. TV spot where there's a new TV spot. It's the first TV spot, and it shows Luke return to the Millennium Falcon. So it's cool, just kind of seeing him on board that again after all these years. There's also, and it's a lot of footage that we've seen before, but it did look like. I don't know if maybe this was in the other trailers and I didn't notice, or if I was just noticing it this time. But the Millennium Falcon on the planet where the gorilla walkers are, with that red dust and stuff from the ground and everything. So it looks like the Millennium Falcon will show up at some point during that battle. So that's cool. And then also at the end, it looked like they're from the same shot. Where now it's Luke was saying this is not going to end how you think it does, and he's like lying on the ground like at night in the rain, and then it cuts to Rey and it looks like she's standing above him and she turns on the lightsaber. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. It's like, I don't know, there's all these like theories. I feel like they're trying to tell us go dark.
One of them is going to be the bad one.
Yeah, like
either Rey's going to just straight up turn, or it's going to come like Luke has been a butthead this whole time.
I think that they might be trying to mislead us and make us think that Rey's going to go dark, and maybe, I don't know, I just don't see Luke going dark. I think they had their opportunity, like Mark Hamill always talked about he would have liked to have seen Luke go dark in the third movie before being brought back to the light side. And I don't know.
I mean, he would be fulfilling his father's what he did.
Yeah, I know.
Ish.
I don't really see either of them going dark, though.
Like, they both start... What if they both go dark and it forces Kylo Ren to be like, guys,
I thought this was my thing. It's your own thing. Jeez. I don't know. And then the other thing was an international poster. It showed Luke with his old lightsaber holding the blue one, ignited. And so I was like, oh, so, I mean, it's just a poster. Doesn't mean anything, but he's holding the blue lightsaber. And I was like, I kind of wanted to see the green one. Like, I like the green one. Like, the one he made for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I have that one. Like, I have when they first started making those, like, fancy, like, $200 lightsabers, that was the one I bought. Maybe.
You don't know.
Still got that hand. Mechanical hand. He couldn't have hung on to that lightsaber.
When he cut off his hand, was he holding the lightsaber? I can't remember.
Yeah. That's how he lost the blue one.
That's how he lost the blue one.
Yeah, okay. In Empire Strikes Back, Vader cut off his arm. He lost a hand and the lightsaber.
You know what we should do? We should start saying a whole bunch of like incorrect shit to get people to pay attention.
I'm sure we're probably already doing that.
No, like in like real like argue like just all incorrect information constantly.
Yeah,
and like just really like stir up a buzz about our show so that people will listen.
I don't know if that's going to help.
Let's just do it.
We probably already have said a lot of bullshit that's not right.
I'm trying to think of something I can flip-flop and... Alright, so they're making a solo Captain Kirk movie.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'll see it. I would probably see it.
And that's all the news that's fit to bullshit about. If you like this episode, please do us a favor and subscribe to the Amazing Nerdiverse on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher app, and do us a favor, leave us a review. That's the most important thing you can do to help us out and help people find this show. If you're watching on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. Let us know when Steven's making up bullshit that's incorrect.
I'm going to do that in the next episode.
Yeah. I'm probably going to forget about this by then and just like, that's wrong, dummy. Share the show with your friends on social media. We're on Facebook.com/The Amazing Nerdiverse, on Instagram @Amazing Nerdiverse, and on Twitter, I am at Jeff_Grantz.
I am at Steven Tukert.
And we are at Nerdiverse Pod. And finally, go to theamazingnerdiverse.com for all that and very little more. And until next time, I'm Jeff Grantz.
I'm Steven Tukert.
Catch you right here next time in The Amazing Nerdiverse.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Where's the hit 'em?
Oh, hit 'em. I always forget.
Because you started doing the keep my name out your mouth thing.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah. All right, we're done.
Hit 'em. And scene.